I believe it's called catharsis, this getting things out of one and bringing them out into the open. Perhaps I'm not quite so stupid after all, but I won't allow my hatred for him to come between us or to touch you in any way. You're innocent. You don't deserve it. Maybe I don't either. But then there was Dominick, and I fell in love with him on the spot. How absurd that sounds, to fall in love, a condition in which a female suspends all rational thought and becomes willingly besotted, a victim, really, with not much of a separate identity from that perfect man. Actually, in defense of my stupidity, I was more lonely than you can imagine. I was grieving for my parents. I loved them, more dutifully than emotionally, perhaps, but when people die so violently and so suddenly, you don't really care exactly how it was that you loved them. So I came to New Milford to stay for a while with my Aunt Josie and Uncle Ralph. They're nice people, but they have their own interests. Obsession, rather. They'd probably up and fly to Cuba for a bridge tournament if they could. I was lonely, sad, and didn't have any friends in New Milford. These all sound like weak excuses, don't they? But they come so naturally. I can't help it. It was June 14th, and I met Dominick Giovanni and fell in love. Rafaella, I can't tell you how very different he was from all the college boys I had dated at Wellesley. He was 31 years old. He dressed with sophistication and style. He was exquisitely polite. So handsome you just wanted to watch him. Nothing more, just to look at him. You have his eyes, pale blue and clear as a cloudless day, and his hair was black as midnight, unlike yours, my darling, which is a lovely Titian color from your grandmother Lucy. He admired me. He focused all his attention on me. He wooed me, and I would have done anything for him, anything at all. And he said he'd marry me. And I was 20 years old, and I gave him my virginity, not all that precious a commodity. But I can remember so clearly that first time, how he spoke so sweetly to me and went so slowly, because, he said, he didn't want me to be frightened and he didn't want to hurt me. He didn't. It was wonderful. I remember he drove his white Thunderbird convertible north out of New Milford. He pulled me close and draped his hand over my shoulder. Then he slipped his fingers down the bodice of my sundress. Boys had done this before, and I'd found it mildly diverting but embarrassing, and nothing had happened. But this time, with Dominick, my nipples got hard, and it was because of his fingers, because of him. Then he smiled at me as he turned off the road onto a dirt stretch that led into a wooded area. He left me in the car and opened the trunk. He pulled out a blanket and told me to come with him. He spread the blanket out on a bed of daisies, white daisies, and there were shafts of sunlight spearing through the maple trees, and I was on my back, and he told me to lift my hips, and I did, and he pulled my panties off. Then he sat back on his heels, and I saw he was looking at me. Then he stood up and took off his clothes, all of them. I'd never seen a nude man in real life before. His penis was huge, and I thought, no, this is impossible. I'm making a horrible mistake. But he merely sat beside me and pulled my sundress over my head. Then he lay on his back and pulled me against him. He just talked to me and told me how sweet I was, how dear I was to him, and how he was going to teach me wonderful new things. And he did. It didn't hurt when he came inside me, not really. I took every inch of his penis, and when he was as deep as he could go, he smiled and told me to lift my hips. I didn't come that first time, but I didn't care. But he did. He taught me quite a lot about myself that afternoon. I trusted him completely. No, I suppose I couldn't have trusted him, not completely, because I didn't ever tell him